Hi, it's Claire from Claire's Fitness. Welcome in. Hi. Today is our tip number 2 for November. So let's knock it on for November. Let's get moving with our fitness. And let's talk today about squatting. Do you know how to squat correctly? Are you sure that when you squat, you're in the right position and you're not overloading your knees or overpressing through the back? Now, a lot of you who've got knee issues, it's really important that you keep your quad muscles strong so that you take the pressure off of your knees. And the best way to do that is to keep the quad strong is by doing a squat. So if we stand in our set position, as we talked about posture yesterday, get your chest up, shoulders back and down, abs are braced, knees are soft, feet are hip width distance apart, and toes are slightly turned out. Now, in that position, everything is braced. Now, when we go into a squat, we want to push everything backwards. So we're pushing our butt right back as we come down, and then we come up. Now, the hips are the hinge point. So as you come, I'm going to turn side on just so you can see this better. So you're all switched on, chest up, shoulders back and down, knees soft. So I've taken the lock off my knees, and as we push back, you can see that I hinge from the hips, but I don't over-exaggerate it by suddenly coming forward and bowing to the squat. I actually just let that happen naturally, and the knees just bend. Now, the depth of the squat is up to you. It just depends how flexible you are, and the older we get, obviously, the less flexible we get. So you can come down as low as you want and come back up. Now, the one thing we don't want is that the knees come forward like so. When I used to do classes years ago and be a participant, and people used to say, or instructors used to say, don't let the knees overshoot the toes. I used to wonder what they meant, but by overshooting the toes, they mean the knees coming forward like so. So if you want to make sure that the knees don't come forward like that, lift your toes up, just lift them slightly and push your weight into the heels of the feet as you come down. And that will keep everything in a nice, should be more or less a right angle. You're not going to get quite, because there will be some forward flexion because of the way the body moves. And as you can see, you come down and you can come up. Now, loading. The amount of weight you carry in a squat is up to you. Start light, build your weights up. We normally say to increase by 10%, but if you're using hand weights, that's not always so easy, because hand weights generally go in half, 1, 1.5, 2, and they increase by half a kilo. So if you're using hand weights, you're going to increase by half a kilo. If you're using a barbell in a gym and you've got that opportunity to do that, then don't increase the weights by too much. 10% is usually rule of thumb. So just come all the way down and come all the way up. Now, if you find your knees are creaking, yes, you might need to just get going and get the knees oiled up and get moving. There's nothing wrong with creaking knees. It's when you've got pain in the knees that you want to be worried, or even if you've got arthritic knees. But definitely keeping moving and keeping those quad muscles strong will take the pressure off your knees. So I hope that helps. Now we've addressed the squat, push back. It's probably our best move. It's our best move. Why? Because we sit down and we stand up, and in our daily lives, it's probably the movement we use most when we're dropping forward flexion and extension to get down and up. So I hope that helps you today. That's my little tip for today, how to do a squat properly. Thanks for joining me.